We're your besties in your back pocket.
And this is your business banter by the basin.
So, George, let's talk about recruitment. And I don't want anybody to recruit another staff member until they listen to this episode and apply.
We're on a hiring freeze.
You're in a hiring freeze?
We're on a hiring freeze up until the end of this episode.
Oh, we're on a hiring
freeze until this episode
for the
comes
next
out.
16 minutes and 46 seconds.
Can you imagine it's exactly that?
I'm going to crack up if the pod ends up being 15 minutes and...
She just got stuck. Huh?
I don't even remember what I just said. Babe, you look like me right now with that face, the kid.
Weather. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about the weather. Okay, seriously though. So I used to run a recruitment agency.
Did you know I used to work at a recruitment agency?
Which one?
I used to... Can we bleep it?
Yeah, can we bleep this? Oh, don't tell me. That's fine.
We'll take it off the air.
Take it off the air.
Yeah. You'd know which one it is, though.
Okay, so I used to run a branch for Drake International.
Oh, I know them.
Okay, so
I know of them.
That wasn't the one that you worked for, obviously.
No.
Honestly, I look back on that time with such fond memories. It was like one of the best times of my life.
I absolutely hated the industry. I would never go back into it.
Oh my God,
I would rather
recruitment.
shoot myself in the face with a shotgun.
Well, that's
absolutely not.
That's interesting because whether or not you like it, you don't just recruit staff. You recruit clients. You recruit
very much so.
Right. So this episode is super relevant even for people who perhaps aren't recruiting staff. You need to listen in and apply it through the lens of...
recruiting in and of itself, people immediately go recruiting and then subconsciously it's employee.
That's right.
But it's not. But recruitment is the process of taking someone on. It doesn't necessarily mean...
It's the process of taking someone. Mm-hmm.
Taking someone.
Hi.
Taking someone, hey.
No, but seriously,
Hi.
I've been talking since 3 a.m. It's now 12:30 in the afternoon. My voice is... It's on the way out. But anyway,
There's complaints everywhere.
I know. Hello, this is the complaint centre.
Hello, this is the complaints, but we're actually unavailable.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, recruitment, right? I used to run a recruitment agency. Before that, I obviously was a consultant because you don't just wake up one day and become the manager of a branch. You obviously have
to...
Yeah, you obviously have to know how to recruit.
Oh, I was going to be the CEO of CBA tomorrow. I'm manifesting it.
Oh.
We'll see you next week.
But, I mean, ultimately, there's two elements to recruitment. There's a sales component because you have to sell people.
Or sell jobs to people.
Right? The recruitment process literally makes or breaks what happens on the other end, which is if you have a great staff member or not.
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah. And so it all starts with the recruitment. And the first thing that I see people F up is the way that they advertise for the person, whether it's a client or staff member, but we'll use employee in this instance. So in Australia, there's very well-known job ad boards. I'm sure it's like that everywhere in the world. Yeah. You've got your favourite job ad board. So people go and they put a job ad up, and it is.
Can I just really quickly? By the way,
are you worried about cicadas?
No. I'm not gonna name names, but there is one very popular job platform. Do you know how expensive it is? I mean, you would know. Yeah. It's so expensive to put an ad up to. Well, this will tie into my story later. To very little yield.
Very little yield, but let me tell you why. It's not the job board's problem. It's the people
writing the ad.
The way writing the ad. So here's the thing. If you put a job ad out there like everybody else, you look like everybody else. So most job ads are super vanilla and...
What we're looking for.
Yeah, what we're looking for. Nobody cares what you're looking for.
Tell me what... I want to know what I'm getting.
That's right.
And I will make my resume look as well as you need it.
Dial me in to WIIFM. What's in it for me?
I just imagined like an ad, like a radio thing, you know, when
Is this going to be a reel?
When they chop up, you know, when they chop up like the radio thing.
Dial me in to Witham.
106.5 WIIFM.
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 Every job ad should start with what is in it for the person reading the goddamn job ad, but instead it reads like some government report that had to be moved through 15
Roll
years.
overview. I don't want to roll over for you. I don't want to know what I'm going to have to do for you. I want to know how much money you're going to give me.
You don't want to roll over?
I said overview. I want to roll over with a view. But that's very different podcast.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's a different platform.
Episode 14, Shani got naked or whatever it was.
Episode 14, Shani got naked, 25,000 views. Yeah, this episode 6, 2 of which are us. Yeah, so you know, business mentored by the bush. Back at it again. Shani used to run a recruitment agency, guys. Shani, what are you looking at?
Don't worry about Tony.
Where's Tony going?
He's had enough of your shit and mine.
We've lost the producer.
What is it doing?
Don't look at me like that. Anyway, so you used to run a job. You used to run a recruitment agency. Tell me more about that.
So, the job ad process, first of all...
Me and Shani have swapped roles today. I'm really getting today. I'm like, let's just bring that. Let's bring it back.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
It needs to have what's in it for me, and that needs to be the lead here. And you need to don't even worry about talking about roles and responsibilities. Listen, the purpose of your job
Tell me you need me to be a hairdresser. I know if I'm a hairdresser and I'm fit for the role, I know what's incorporated in the role.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like, I'm a hairdresser. Okay, great. I don't expect to be doing someone's taxes. Like, I'm a hairdresser. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can kind of surmise what's in the role just using, common sense, which we'll circle back later. We'll table that for now.
Common sense is not so common.
As said best by Gucci.
Okay. As said best by Shani Taylor.
Some of us are older than others.
I'll have you know that a 23-year-old in Dallas,
Texas,
thought that I was 28. Okay?
I think we use prescriptions. Coke bottles on his eyes? Out of curiosity.
Right, so your job ad.
She went, yeah, you called me old. Anyway, next.
And this is why people should be watching us, not just listening to us, because you miss some of the key communication elements. Because
me and Shani talk more through our eyes than we do.
And our bodies.
Episode 10, was it? Check out episode 10. I got naked. Shani's naked. We're very expressive people. We're very expressive. We're from parts of the world that are. Let's say we like. Let's say we like. I'm trying to get
George,
the bush off me. No. Okay, Sharon. I'm trying to get.
Didn't. But watch me. You're like this. Look, watch me. You're like, Shani and I are from parts of the world. Like, so.
I'm trying to make money from this podcast. I'm trying to help us make money from this podcast. And how are we going to do that? We're going to get views. And how do we get views? Shani
getting
gets
naked.
I caress my legs. This is how we make it work, Shani. This is how we're recruiting clients. This is how we're recruiting viewers. You get it.
My drop.
Call the police.
You have problems.
Me? I have the problems.
Yeah. So job ads. So basically, basically what you have to do is, first of all, you have to lead with them, as in what's in it for them.
I just keep imagining you saying it like it's a radio station. WIIFM. We're in the now.
What's in it for me? But seriously, I tell you what most people do. These days they type into AI, write me a job ad. No.
I mean, then on the other side, they also type into AI, write me a resume. I actually heard a story from a client once, story time about recruitment. I heard a story. She would copy and paste. Dad yelled at us. Sorry. Jeez. Christ. Anyway, she goes, I copy and paste the job ad into ChatGPT and then write me a resume that suits this job.
That's so tricky.
And I literally went, as an employer, I think I would send you to the gulag. But as someone who has fully and totally embraced artificial intelligence, that is the most incredible use of technology I have ever heard. I'm not recommending it, but it is incredible.
You literally just told people, so now they're going to use it. But so
I don't do job ads, so it's not going to work for me.
But as an employer, so if you're listening to this, that's a great thing to know, because basically, basically you can't trust any crap that gets sent through to you these days, which leads me to my next point around how to recruit really well. because people are using AI these days, and so you don't know from reading an application or a resume whether or not somebody's actually a good fit. It's going to cost you more time because now you're going to bring these people in to interview them, and they're not going to be cut out for it. So here's my 2 tips as an employer. Once you've written a job ad using WIFM and you get applications, your call to action on the application should no longer be about
Upload a CV.
upload your crap because it's just been done through AI. You want to get them on a video and give them 3 questions to answer.
I don't know. So you know what I do when I've done stuff like that? I do it. I give them 3 questions. No, actually, there's 5 questions, and they have to answer them. I don't need a CV. I ask for a portfolio. I don't care. I don't care how pretty you can make words.
Yeah.
I want to see what you can do.
Yeah, exactly.
I want you to upload videos, and I want you to answer 5 questions that I'm interested in knowing about. I don't care what was your experience. I don't care if you've got 300 years of experience. I know hairdressers who have been hairdressing longer than I've been alive.
Babe, I have been in business less time than most of my clients, and I'm more successful. So it's not about the time factor.
I don't. Experience to me means nothing.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, to me it means nothing. So when someone says on their resume, "Oh, I've got 400 years of experience," like, great, babe, you can't do a chignon. Like, what do you mean you've got 600 years of experience?
I can't do a shindong either. But
yeah. That's something else. I don't know what you've been doing, but I said chignon. Just a little rap.
Right.
You know.
So number 1, that's great. So you get them to.
I love this color. Anyway.
You get them. This is why people should be watching because they're missing out on what's going on. They're missing out on what's going on behind the words. So you get questions, get a video, and then the other thing is I would put a tick box granting permission to contact a reference before you then book an interview. Because these days you're getting a plethora of applications, and you get now with AI, you're getting a plethora of applications that look like a good fit. So what you want to do is test as many of the elements before you then spend your time
and in turn your money
interviewing. So that's top tip number 1.
I find on that I don't recruit through the traditional methods anymore. I haven't in years.
Yeah.
I find, and this is maybe just an industry specific thing, or maybe it's a couple industries in particular. I don't recruit through. I've done all the online job ads, and I've spent thousands. It costs, I think about $500-600 for a job ad sometimes.
Yeah.
Unless you do like the cheapo $300 ones, which you end up getting actually zero from. I remember I did one once for my salon in Broadway, and I got someone applying for a job from Afghanistan. Now, I don't know about you, but hair salons don't really. You can't
provide
remote work.
Yeah.
I can't support remote working.
Babes, they may have been preparing to move over, but anyway, okay, so that's it. Let's talk about that.
English is typically, the resume was written in Arabic. You didn't let me finish.
Listen, with AI these days, you can do anything. You can.
This ain't an AI salon. We haven't embraced AI in the salon yet.
Yeah.
I have. Just in my life. Because I'm trying to do less.
So, non-traditional methods definitely are more are happening more and more. And by the way, non-traditional methods, so like referrals, asking your network, and this would be the first time you'll ever hear me say this and the last time, maybe you go into a Facebook group and ask people who they know.
Oh, I've done that 1,000 times. Yeah. I do that all the time. I got a lot of my stuff from Facebook groups, like hairdressing groups with a whole bunch of salons that are on there, or just people on there and saying, hey, we've got a role open. If anyone's interested, send us a DM. And then that way you get an idea of going, okay, and the thing is, my industry is all on social media. Yeah. So you get someone's Instagram and you've got basically what they can do.
Yeah.
But also from there, you can always work out where someone worked, and you can always...
Yeah, there's no hiding these days. Like, you know, back in the day when I was in recruitment, because I'm old, I've said it before you, you know, people would do dodgy things like their references would be their friend. You know,
I did that.
Oh, but you can't get away with that these days because, everything's out in the open, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, so
it's like LinkedIn. I remember when before I worked for myself, I used to get notifications when someone would look at my LinkedIn profile, and I'd be like, "Oh, who's that?" And it'd be blah blah in HR for this company that I applied for, and I'm like, Oh, so you looked at my profile and you didn't want to contact me. So what was it? Am I huge? Am I huge? You call me huge?
Is there something wrong with me?
If I'm ugly. Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, so then I spiral. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I didn't get those jobs. You were saying?
Okay. Now, part of the recruitment process, which people probably don't think is part of the recruitment process, but it's actually then the salary. And if you pay peanuts, you're going to get monkeys. And then you're going to end up with a circus that you did not want to attend.
Shani, we're opening a merch store.
How?
After the last one, where you decided to, that is pillows. I want a pillow. I want a rug that says that. A throw blanket.
Tony, wedding gift.
A rug that says whatever she just said.
Pay peanuts, you'll get monkeys. And then that's a circus you will not want to have bought a ticket to.
Okay, that wasn't it, but I get it. It's there. I'm with you.
All right. But seriously, so
Yeah.
I think, people keep trying to skimp on salary. By the way, exciting news, which we could have started the pod with. But so all of the people that I've ever had in this business have always been contractors. And so my business manager, she had her own business and I was one of her clients that she was contracting to. She had 3 other clients. She was spreading her time between me and all these people. She was doing 20 hours a week for me. Super excited to say that I've just hired my first ever permanent full-time employee.
It's a, I don't know if you experience this, but I remember when I first hired someone, I was like, you almost feel this responsibility.
Babe, I totally am like, now I have a second family to support.
I have to put food on this person's
That's
table.
exactly what I mean.
It is the most terrifying, but like
my sphincter
fulfilling.
has been, like I would be no good being a gay man for the last few weeks because it has been tight.
Like a watermelon through a straw. Like a watermelon through a straw.
Tight with stress because it's like this monumental time in my business because it's me now. I've recruited people, I've had permanent employees, but it wasn't my business.
Yeah.
Now this is me.
You're responsible for this person's
I'm responsible.
package.
Not to mention that what I pay has gone up because she's now working more hours. I've also got to incorporate super, sick pay, la-di-da, ra-di-ra, all those things.
It is one of the most fulfilling things, though, because you're kind of like, wow, I made it. Like, I did that. Like, this is what other businesses do. I remember the first time I hired someone.
I'm a real boy.
Yeah, no, literally. It was literally an I'm a real boy moment.
Yes.
I'm going to, I almost sharded a brick 3 minutes ago, but like, I feel like I've actually done it in a way, but it's not even that. Like, you have done it. You've done the business. I just was talking out here. Apparently.
Yeah.
You have done it. You've done the business. Like, it's not even that big of a thing, but it's this almost.
But it is.
It
is a big thing.
I think it's only a big thing if it's only a big thing to the person doing it. Like.
Well, do you know what else was I mean, I already knew I was making the right decision, but
Sorry, some of the bushes ended up. It's in the microphone. Yeah,
okay, we're about to have a moment, and you're like wrecking it with looking at the bush in the microphone. Oh, there's a theme over the last few episodes, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you what made it really solidified how it was such the right decision. I mean, I already knew it was the right decision. And for me, I see that me and my business manager are building this thing now over the next 10 plus years, right? But when she signed the contract and I said, congratulations, she said back to me.
Congratulations.
She's like, congratulations, because this is as scary for you as it is for me. And I was just like,
I think as well because she's a business manager and she sees how the cookie's made, I guess.
Yeah.
So, like how we don't want to know about it. Are you staring at that lizard still? There's a lizard behind you that I keep eyeing out. It's not, it's on the wall,
that's
it's fine.
Yeah.
No, it is. It's
It was just nice to have her recognise
terrifying.
back that it was a big deal for me as well.
Yeah, and when you were talking about peanuts before, I, which is the best analogy I've ever heard in my life, but best metaphor I've ever heard in my life. I say to people all the time, I pay on skill and I pay on how much money you make me.
Oh, so this actually leads to my next point, which is really beautiful, because I thought that my conversation about my business manager was going to lead into this, but you've just literally said the word I was going to say. But you don't hire based on skill. This is what I want to say. You hire based on traits because skills can be taught. Now, I'm not saying that you're a hairdresser. You need to know how to cut hair, right? but you don't hire purely based on someone's skill, because traits, they've either got them or they don't. Integrity, work ethic, commitment.
I was trying to work out what you were saying there, and I get what you're saying. Yes, you're right. So, and I say this in hairdressing because a massive part of our job is skill, right? Like that's
of course
the whole thing basically. There is an element that is, yes, you have to obviously on skill, because you can't. I'm not going to hire you to be a senior hairdresser if.
Why not?
Well.
Why not, babes?
Anyway, no, but like you have. So yes, there is an element of like skills involved, but my biggest thing is I say to people all the time: I can teach anyone how to hold a pair of clippers. I can teach anyone how to cut hair. I cannot teach you customer service.
Exactly. There you go.
I cannot teach someone how to be a people person. I cannot teach customer service, and I cannot teach common sense. These are three things. I'm great at my job. I'm not that good.
And by the way, apparently some mothers didn't teach it either.
Well, do you want to do your story, or shall I get into mine?
No, go.
Well, talking about common sense, I'll insert, go on Instagram and I'll do a clip for it, and I'll insert a photo of what I'm talking about. In the kitchen, because in the salon we have coffee, tea, water. You know what I'm talking about. I've got photos in there of the tray with where to place. Hear me out, people. Hear me out. Say with me now.
Listening.
Where to place the spoon, the sugar, the little little cookie biscuit.
Is this
things.
a daycare or a workplace?
No, Sharon, I'm not done yet. Please let me explain to you the level of. I want to say the word docile. Where the napkin, where the cup goes. Now, I want to tell you why I had to do this. I had the first staff member I ever had here, which I don't have it here anymore. First staff member I ever had here, she did not understand when I said, I was like, yeah, like easy, just pop the cup, the sugar. Like, also, it doesn't have to be exact. Like, just kind of put them on there.
Babe, it has to be exact. It's you and me we're talking about.
As long as it's neat and on there and all the elements are there and they're in a relatively half-decent fashion, I'm chill. I get it. We're running a business here. It's not Chanel, you know. That's why I hate Chanel, because it takes 75 minutes for you to check out for a goddamn sock. Sorry, I digress. I'm really passionate about it lately.
I think he said he loved Chanel earlier, didn't he?
I do. I just hate the checkout process. Okay. Anyway, it's so unnecessary. Anyway, I am not joking. I had to set up for tea with milk. I had to also label which ones are black tea and which one are like a herbal tea. So which ones have and which ones don't have milk, because she was asking clients, "Well, can I get you a tea? I'll get a green tea, a jasmine tea. Yeah, milk." And I'm like, "Yeah, no." So there was that. But all of these things, she asked the client once if she wanted milk with her wine.
Are you serious?
I mean, dead ass. Do you want milk? What milk would you like with your wine? Because we have soy and full cream, because we're considerate. Actually, I think I'd skim at the time as well.
Babe, how long did you have this person as a staff member?
Oh, I could probably look it up for you and tell you exact, but I think it was maybe 3 weeks. And that was because I had absolutely no one, and the business got so busy so quickly, and I didn't even have to. Oh, I said, Kate.
Babe, did you pay peanuts and get monkeys?
Girl, I was paying $20 an hour for someone who
didn't know that wine doesn't go with
$10 an hour. 10. The big 1-0. The big 1-0, Sharon. I am not joking. That was one of the, and $20 an hour, by the way, is a lot for someone who can't do hair. Like, for the industry, that is a lot of money for someone who does nothing. Didn't even answer the phone. Hi, George Lab. No word of, I wish I was lying to you, Sharon. I wish. Shirley, I wish I was lying to you. Like, it was
Sylvia.
Look, Charmaine, I'm trying to explain to you here. I had this shop open for less than 3 months. I hired this girl, and I went, and I heard my Hair Lab by George was said in so many different variants. I am not even joking. So that was really fun. So yeah, maybe, that was, I hired because I needed bodies, not skills, clearly. But the thing was, I was like, how much skill does someone need to? Hey, can you go grab me a comb from the back? Turns out, when you say to someone, "Hey, can you go grab me a comb?" and they come back with your stool, your cutting stool that you sit on and wheel around the salon.
Oh, I feel sorry for her. She's not going to make it through life.
She said she was a model. When during the very brief conversations that I had with her here, because I was finding it really hard to keep together. She goes, no. She goes, I'm an Instagram model. And I went,
Oh, Instagram model. Okay.
I went. That I knew.
So
I
mum
was,
and her 3 followers like her photos.
Cool. I don't think mum follows.
Wonder if Mona does. Moans. We've got to get Moans on the pod.
Oh, so I told Moans that we want her on the pod, and she
Let's
goes,
recruit Moans for the pod. What does Moans say? Mum.
Oh, no, no.
Mum.
I go.
Mum.
I go.
Mum. Mum.
Mum. Mum.
Mum.
You sound like the seagulls from
Mum.
Finding Nemo.
Mum.
Boy. No.
Mum.
No.
Mona. I said pet. I said dart. I said look at boy.
Look at boy.
I said recruit on the pod. Now, for the non-Aussies, they will not know.
Please go watch Captain. And if you're watching on this, go watch on the Instagram, because the way that that's the thumbnail for this episode. That face that you just gave, I want that on. That's going on a t-shirt.
It's an Aussie TV show for our
Kath and
non-Aussie
Cam.
listeners, and you are missing.
Tell us more. Give me more. Go, girl. Give us nothing.
All right, so we're clear on how to recruit.
I think we're clear on how to recruit.
The end.
And Shani, where can they find you?
Insta or Facebook at Shani Taylor Official with the blue tick. And what about you?
You can find me on Instagram at George Matar Official, that's MATTAR, and you can find all our other links in the show notes.